Okay, Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Nahmadu wa nusalli ala Rasulil Kareem amma ba'd. So today we've come to visit what? Hey? Not the church. Masjid Omar, which is behind us here. Inshallah, the caretaker will open for us. So it was, he said it's going to open now. But what's important for this place is to understand the concept of Islam and the concept of liberation. So Alhamdulillah, after prophesizing, we know when Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam and the Sahaba in the battle of the trench, while digging the trench, Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam comes, the Sahaba comes across a huge boulder. They try to break it, they cannot. They call Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam struck it once, it cracked. Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam said, Allahu Akbar. Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam struck it the second time, it cracked again. Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam said, Allahu Akbar. The third time Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam struck it, it shattered. Then Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam said, Allahu Akbar. Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam turned to the Sahaba and told the Sahaba, the first time I struck it and it cracked, Allah showed me the keys of Sham, that we're going to conquer the Roman Empire. The second time I struck it, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala showed me the keys of Persia. We're going to conquer the Persian Empire. And the third time I struck it, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala showed me the keys of Yemen. Then the Muslims will conquer Yemen. And during the Khilafat of Hazrat Abu Bakr and Hazrat Umar radiallahu anhu, this entire prophecy came true. The Muslims conquered this entire land until the two armies, one of Khalid bin Walid radiallahu anhu and one of Amr bin As radiallahu anhu, came and surrounded Baytul Muqaddas. Now the priest, the chief priest of Baytul Muqaddas, it had been foretold to them that if a particular army comes and they siege to you, don't challenge them, don't engage them in battle because you're going to lose. Rather, offer to surrender, but on two conditions. You will surrender only to their Amir, to their leader, to the Khalif, and he must write for you a treaty. So now the two armies came and surrounded Baytul Muqaddas. Hazrat Khalid bin Walid, Hazrat Amr ibn al-As. When the priests saw this, they sent a letter to those two leaders and they said, we wanted to surrender peacefully. Two conditions. Only to your leader and only if he signs us a treaty. So Hazrat Amr ibn al-As and Hazrat Khalid was standing there. They said, we the leaders, let one of us go. So it was decided that Amr will come. So they wrote a letter back to the priest to say, okay, we send in our leader. The priest asked, what's the name of the leader? Now in Arabic, Umar and Amr is written the same. So they said the name. The priest looked at the name and said, right, this is the name. When Hazrat Amr ibn al-As came to collect the keys, the priest also had the description of how the leader was going to look. So they saw Hazrat Amr ibn al-As, not the same like Hazrat Umar. They said, no, you're not the leader. Hazrat Amr ibn al-As goes back and tells Khalid bin Walid radiallahu anhu, you go try. Last time, when the Muslims said, okay, our leader is coming, the priest didn't ask for the name. They said, okay, send him. And when they saw Khalid bin Walid radiallahu anhu, because his description was like Hazrat Umar radiallahu anhu, they said, okay, this is the leader. However, before giving him the key, they asked him, what's your name? So Hazrat Khalid radiallahu anhu said, my name is Khalid. They said, no, you're not the person. You're not the person. That is why Hazrat Umar radiallahu anhu came from Medina. And that incident is very well known, that he came with his servant, and when they entered Baytul Muqaddas, it was the time of the servant to ride the camel. And Hazrat Umar radiallahu anhu was pulling the camel. When he came here, the priest saw, right, this is the leader. He signed the treaty for them, and now they gave Hazrat Umar the keys of the city. Coincidentally, it was Salah time. So the priest told him, right, you can pray your Salah here in our church. So Hazrat Umar radiallahu anhu says, no, I will not. The priest felt offended. He said, why don't you respect our places of worship? Now look at the answer Hazrat Umar radiallahu anhu gives. He says, no, Islam we respect it. But I fear if I pray here, I fear Muslims will come after me and they will change your church into a mosque. So Hazrat Umar radiallahu anhu said, I'll throw your rock. Where you threw the rock? Here where the masjid is. And that is where he performed his salah. Now that is what I'm saying. We came here to realize Islam don't conquer any places. It liberates places. Here in the old city, you have 4 different sections. Where we were coming from and where the Haram is, that's a Muslim quarter. That here is the Christian quarter. You get the Armenian quarter and you have the Jewish quarter. The only time, and there is no denial of this fact, even National Geographic accepts it. What? The only time Baitul Muqaddas or Jerusalem ever had peace was when it was ruled by Muslims. When it was ruled by Muslims, it had peace. Muslims ruled it when the Crusades came. And when they infiltrated here, the Jews were here also. They slaughtered Muslims, they butchered Muslims and Jews. In one day, 70,000. And then they expelled not only the Muslims, not only the Jews, but the Armenian Christians were also expelled. But when Hazrat Umar radiallahu anhu liberated this place, and when Salahuddin Ayyubi came and
Yeah. Wuzu there.
Wudu. Here, wudu.
Okay. I don't have wuzu for it. Okay.
Well,
Okay.
ladies can play right side, man left side.